Silver about to break out. Maybe has already broken out. The number I'm looking for is 29 even. That's the trend line on the chart that I came up with. I've seen 28.50. Brother John F. was talking about. I've seen 29.13. Somebody else was talking about $29 is my breakout point, and we just run from there. Into the low 30s, 34, 35 area. However, like when I did the video about the last breakout of the trend line, long term, we've been a downtrend for 16 months, and lots changing now, and I believe we're going to be heading into an uptrend. We've bottomed. There's a nice curve there at the bottom now, and I believe we're going to head up. However, in March, I believe it was, I did a video on a breakout. We broke out, but it was a false breakout because it got hammered down. It was not allowed to break out. Huge amount of selling came in and hammered it down. I said we were going to break out, and the next day it went up $2, almost $2 an ounce. They got hammered right back down and then continued to fall to where we are now. So this could be hammered down if we have a nice breakout of $2, $3, $4. They could come in with huge selling, paper selling, come in with some huge short selling and hammer back down. So, this is all short-term noise. If you're someone stumbling upon this channel, then you don't know my position on, holding precious metals is a long-term preservation of wealth. That's what this is all about. But I like to talk about the short-term noise. It's having a position. Some people say, we got all these people with positions, and so they're trying to do this self-fulfilled prophecy where they talk it up and they get the gullible people in there to get some metals, and then they end up selling them their metals, and that's not what this is about. This is about trying to preserve what we've worked for. You have to look at the big picture, what's happening with the dollar. Gold, especially gold. Gold's not overvalued. Man, I've been frustrated lately with the things I've been seeing. People talking about gold is just way overvalued. They're comparing it to baseball cards. If that's what you're saying, you don't understand what's happening. Gold just maintains its value over thousands of years. It's the paper dollar that's falling. Once you see that and understand it, you understand what's happening. So that's why we're going to see $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 gold, because the dollar is going to continue to be debased and printed. I'm looking for something to be said in Jackson Hole. Now, once again, don't know if that's going to happen, but I have a feeling they're going to announce it because the economy is ready to just roll over and give up. I mean, we're ready for another round of stimulus, and those rounds of stimulus are just going to have to continue to keep coming. QE to infinity, like Mr. Sinclair says. That's the way it is. I mean, John Williams talking about hyperinflation 2014. I don't know if that's going to happen. He's a smart economist. I mean, I could very well see it happening. Silver has been going down for 16 months, and that's happening for various reasons. We had the worries about the euro and all, collapse of different countries over there in Europe, which has actually strengthened the dollar. The index has gone from, it was around 77 up to 84. So the dollar's been strong this year. QE2, they didn't come out with more money printing. They did Operation Twist, and now Operation Twist 2.0, where they're selling long-term debt and selling short-term and buying long-term debt, pushing interest rates down. I'm predicting a 2.75 on a 30-year fixed home loan. That's where I think we're headed. Back when we were 5%, I said we're going to see 3.75, which we did. So, we've had these things against silver, and it just feels right. I mean, I Googled this morning silver breakout. There was like 4,000 hits. places on the internet where it came up. And then I Googled it again just a little bit ago, which was, it's 6 p.m. and there was 11,000 hits. So lots of people talking about silver breakout. A lot of it's reposting of the same stuff, but anyhow, I believe we're here. We see go through 29. We can see this nice rise we had today in New York. We can see it continue in Asian trading. So tonight I'm gonna be looking to see continued rise in silver, and then you can see $1.50 bust tomorrow. So once again, let me reiterate: short-term noise, everyone. Long-term steady accumulation is what I'm about. What I believe the best thing to do is. I've been buying on the way down. Just continue to buy. And some people say I'm an idiot. I should be trying to time my buys. Well, you want to time your buys, go ahead and time your buys. I'm just going to continue to accumulate. This is a long-term thing here. And in the end, that's something else some other point I want to bring up. Oh wait, before I get onto that, I never reported on the central banks doubling the amount of gold that they purchased this year over last year. It's 157 tons purchased in the second quarter, which is more than double the second quarter of 2011. So they're supporting the gold. Gold never really dropped real far after hitting 1900 last year. Didn't drop real far. There's a lot of support in the gold market. A lot of Chinese buying. There's a central bank around the world buying. So the first half of this year, there were 254 tons purchased by central banks. And if we see that again in the second half of this year, that'll be the most since 1964. So central banks became net buyers in 2009 after selling for decades. And now they're supporting gold, which gives support to silver because silver follows gold. So I definitely wanted to let you in on that. I always give you updates on central bank buying. So, that's, I think it was, 16% of global demand in the second quarter came from central bank buying. So there's a lot of support given to the gold market there from the central banks. One last thing I wanted to talk about, I was reading an article by Bob Livingston, who's been doing he talks about a lot of different stuff, not just the financial markets. He talks about health and a whole bunch of other stuff. He's writing newsletter since 1969, and I read his newsletter every so often. He came out today with a newsletter about wanting to, JP Morgan giving us a gift, wanting to thank them for holding down the silver price so that people like myself who didn't start getting in until the end of 2008 or the beginning of 2009 purchasing silver, it's been held down where I could actually accumulate it. It's not probably where it should be. I've reported on all different numbers, dollar amounts where it should be. According to Bix Weir, it should be 8,000. According to a lot of other people, it should be in the hundreds. It's been held down. Silver value is still, in my opinion, way undervalued, which is a blessing to a lot of us who can continue to accumulate it. Someone who's just turning on to silver now can still get it at 28, 29 bucks an ounce. I don't think we're going to be there much longer. Who knows? But anyway, I want to leave you with one last thought. People, for some reason, because I talk about silver and gold and precious metals, they assume that I'm just some greedy guy trying to get rich off of investments. That assumption, I don't know where it comes from, that that I don't have, that I haven't been working on a food supply, or thinking about protecting what I have with guns and ammunition. I mean, for some reason they think that I don't think about those things. There was a comment down below underneath Bob Livingston's article that he came out with, where a woman's talking about, you know, family being way more important than any gold or silver, and you know how gold and silver aren't going to help you get to where you need to be, you know, when you die and all this type of stuff. Well, that's fine. I mean, I have family as well as gold and silver to protect me from the dollar debasement that's going on. I mean, I don't know where people get off by just putting people down because they want to preserve what they've worked for. Just idiots. I mean, they're just talking about, well, family's way more important, so that's where I'm going to put my concentration, on my family, not some gold and silver. Well, put it on your family, and put it on gold and silver, and put it on a food supply. And what's wrong with covering all the bases? Damn.